What's one thing you take from India and give to Poland?
It's a little sad to see grandparents sometimes live separately here, where in our culture,
You also mentioned that Indians...
Limited curiosity.
What is the biggest difference between Poland and India?
In India, we like to keep our houses clean, but we don't care about the streets.
In Poland, I'm going to be there in 5 minutes means 5 minutes, whereas in India,
I've just woken up and I'm taking a shower right now. So even though you've come to Poland, you still work as hard.
As an Indian.
Hey, aliens!
In this episode, we continue the conversation with Indians living in Poland.
In our last episode, we asked them what's it like being Indian in Poland.
And in this one, we compare the countries a bit. What's one thing that's better in Poland? What's one thing that's better in India?
And we dive into cultural similarities and differences.
So let's get started. What's one thing you take from Poland and give to India?
the punctuality. 5 minutes means 5 minutes. Don't be late.
Cleanliness, how the people they follow the rules here. There no one follow the rules.
Love for nature, sense of cleanliness.
I mean, we're here in the city center here in Poland, and we can hear each other pretty well. If this was India, there would be every single kind of device honking, every single kind of animal barking. You would hear everything in one.
What is one thing that you would take from Poland and bring it to India?
Oh, definitely civic sense and all kinds of civic sense. Whether it's making a nice queue, respecting public space, not littering, also proper disposal of waste with the different recycled bins, keeping quiet in public spaces as well. Poland was the first country I traveled to in Europe, and as soon as I was going to cross the street, the cars waited for me. I never felt this much respect, and that was amazing. So I would take this civic sense where people behave as a collective. In India, people are very individualistic. Also, the reason why there is sometimes a lot of trash in many public spaces is because people think about themselves and their house first. Go to an Indian person's house. You'll see it's so clean, right? Do you agree?
Yeah, even in slum areas, we visited some people's houses and they were squeaking clean.
And the other way around, what's one thing you take from India and give to Poland?
Our food stalls. There's nothing better than going out after partying at 2 a.m. and having samosas and chai. You can't beat that feeling.
But you'd have to have a vendor at 2 a.m. in Poland in -5 degrees selling frozen samosas, dude. Like,
I would like to bring more summer to Poland. I would like to bring some more colors, more festival.
more dances.
More dances, yes. More food.
No, Polish people, I have to say that they, with food, definitely they have
course,
a lot
I
of food
know,
because
I
you don't need meat, but they have a lot of food.
Yes.
Like every Polish festival, like I am so full as an Indian festival.
I think sense of community and using spices in food.
I will take the social aspect of it a little bit because we are more like, oh yeah, where are you from? How did you come here? More openly going to a person we don't know and doing that.
The curiosity from India. But on the other hand, you also mentioned that Indians...
Limited curiosity.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get at, because they will ask you so many questions in the first instance,
Yeah.
like, are you married? Where are you working? How much are you earning?
Yeah.
And I'm like, hold on a bit. Like, you know what? I like the balance with what Polish people have. It's like mind your own business stuff,
Yeah.
but a little bit of curiosity. So limited
Little bit
curiosity,
curiosity.
that's a good level.
Yeah.
I missed a little bit on the way how we start our friendship. The basic thing is a little bit of the nightlife. Warsaw doesn't sleep, but the other cities, they really close down after 10 or something. It would be nice to have more gastronomical options after 10 p.m. because that's what the cultures are used to. I think the Spanish people say the same thing when they come over here.
What's one thing that you would take from India and bring it to Poland?
The art of negotiation. You have to see me negotiate prices over here. Polish people are often really scared. I remember I bought this camera, what I'm filming with right now. Do you know what I did? I actually emailed 10 shops in Poland and I asked them, like, I'm going to buy a camera, 3 lenses and all these accessories. Can you give me a discount? And you would be surprised. Actually, I did get a big discount because people are like, oh yeah, you're buying from us directly from the shop. Why not? Are there any cultural similarities between India and Poland?
Poland's or Central Europeans or Eastern Europeans, if you want to say that.
No, they don't want to say that. They,
Okay.
they want to say Central Europeans.
So Indians and Polish people are quite alike in a few ways, right? When we go to West Europe, we sometimes take up random jobs, both Indians and Polish people. We send half of our salaries back home. When you turn 30 and if you're unmarried, your mom starts thinking that you're starting to die. So there are a few similarities.
We celebrate everything with family, and I realized that in Poland also, especially in Christmas or if there are any festival, they celebrate with family.
Foundation of family is really strong in India and in Poland too. This is why it makes it a little different from Western Europe, I guess.
Aman, tell me one main similarity between Poland and India.
The emotions. In both countries, people care deeply. They feel sincerely. They argue passionately, but the emotions emotions are real. They just might express it in a different way. Like Poles are more quiet and Indians are definitely more louder, but the emotions are real. Both countries rose from the ashes. Poland was wiped out of the map for more than 100 years. They had world wars, they lost more than 6 million lives. Like Warsaw was destroyed completely and they had to come up from the ashes and rebuild everything, and that's built Polish people character. India, on the other hand, was also a bit similar. 200 years of British rule, Mughal colonization, 1947 partition, where we lost more than 1 million lives. You talk about Poland, people will defend. The same with India, actually. Whether it's positive, negative, love, fight, it's passionate.
Polish people take their festivals quite seriously. I would say the way Christmas and Easter is celebrated here, I've seen similarities in the way we see Diwali and Eid celebrated back in India. The entire family is involved in the chaos that is called the dinner preparation. The same happens in India as well. Just before Christmas, I hear the frustrations of my Polish friends that my mom, my grandma, they just want me to do this and that. I was like, yeah, the ratatouille moments. Also, they have their own version of Holi, Mokrego Dingusa, which they throw water at each other and we throw colors.
I think they're both very big on the whole family thing. Like they have very close family relations. They may not have as many cousins and different uncles and so on, but they do keep in touch with their parents as much as I do. So that's surprising. You have a stereotype about Europeans that they don't.
What is the biggest difference between Poland and India?
Polish people love silence. If you sit next to a Polish person on the bus for 30 minutes, you might not make one conversation. In India, if you sit next to someone for just 3 minutes, you'll know their entire life story.
And their marriage plans.
Punctuality being the most important. In Poland, I'm going to be there in 5 minutes means 5 minutes. Whereas in India, if you say, I'm going to be there in 5 minutes, probably
I've just woken up and I'm taking a shower right now.
Exactly.
Are there any cultural differences between India and Poland?
Work-life balance.
When I was in India, I was also working like 7 days. Here I saw that people, they work only 6 days or 5 days. They spend more time with family on Sundays and especially on weekends. After that also, I am Indian and it's in my blood. And still I'm working 7 days.
That's one way of her saying that my business is running so well that I have to work 7 days a week. There's so much demand.
What I can do, because you need to pay taxes, you need to pay bills and you need to pay salaries. You don't have any other choice.
So even though you've come to Poland, you still work as hard.
As an Indian.
It's a little sad to see grandparents sometimes maybe live separately here, where in our culture there is a circle of life where, the grandparents and the elders, that they take care of you. It's now your time to take care of them. And of course, I think it's way easier for kids and youngsters to go out in the open without having the judgment of any senior member of the society and family telling them why are they probably not studying or why are they hanging out like that or wasting their time.
I don't know about education systems in Poland that much, but I have heard that they have religion as a subject. So that's pretty weird because we wouldn't have that. Health-wise, they have a better health system compared to India sometimes. But in India, it's more available if you can afford it.
Yeah, public healthcare overall, I think Poland would win.
Yeah.
But in terms of private healthcare in India, accessibility is fast.
Yeah.
I want a blood test, they'll come to my house in 15 minutes and deliver the reports on the same day.
Yeah.
It's quite efficient. The services are better in India, I would say, but of course you have to pay a price for that.
Yes.
So it's pros and cons.
Yeah. And public transport, definitely Poland has more.
I think the sense of community here is in keeping Poland clean. And in India, we like to keep our houses clean, but we don't care about the streets. Here, people care about the streets and their home equally, which is something we can learn. From the very start, Indians are more welcoming to new people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if someone new from a different city, like people will try to absorb them in the community. There are not really very big, harsh, strong walls. Here, it can take some time to break down that wall and get more friendly. I love Polish food. It grew on me a lot. But I think Indian food is up there. Indian food is just, we have too many spices. Poland doesn't have street food, but maybe it's they decided not to have some after watching some Indian food.
No way. Come on, man. The Indian street food has so much skill. You see the guy throwing the chai in the air.
Aman, tell us some facts about India.
We are the only country in the world that has a fucking ocean named after it. Can you believe it? Indian Ocean. And US and some countries are fighting over the Gulf. India is an 8,000-year-old civilization, 1.46 billion people as of what I didn't count. But but that's actually 38.5 times more than Poland. But it's only about 10.5 times bigger in terms of the land mass. India has 22 official languages. Honestly, half of the country, I feel like a foreigner in my own country because the language is not only different. You don't even have the same letters. Everyone loves Indian food. But whenever they think of Indian food, it's mostly the North Indian cuisine, the butter chickens, the chicken tikka masala and all of that, which is mostly in the north with all the beautiful, amazing naans. But South Indian food is completely different. They also eat beef in South India, actually. You may not know that. It has literally all religions in this country. It's also the home place of Buddhism, not just Hinduism. You may not know that. So in terms of population by religion, 79% Hindus, 14% Muslims. We also have 2.3% Christians, which is also like a big number. I have a lot of Christian friends back home who are called D'Souza, Da Silva, Fernandez, and so on. And people are like, you're Indian. Yeah, absolutely. I get a lot of times that, hey, you don't look so Indian. Actually, I do. It's just a common theme in Mumbai, for example. The more north you go, the more fairer skin you get. The more south you go, generally, the darker skin you are. A lot of people may not know this, but in the northeast of the country, people look very different. They look a bit more East Asian. India is one of the countries that has actually increased and improved its wildlife population of rhinos, tigers. And honestly, I'm really proud of the conservation efforts that are going on in India when it comes to wildlife. Also, the Indian Space Agency. India is the first country in the world to go on the far side of the moon. India has the clearest photo of the moon, by the way. How cool is that? But a lot of people say that, oh, why don't you focus on fixing your poverty and improving your people's conditions and rather than the space program? Guys, our scientists are not going to do the cleanups, all right? You can have parallel developments. So that's an absolutely stupid argument that India should not progress in science. Like, India was actually one of the richest countries on the planet before it got looted. And at that time, you contributed a lot to science. India, unlike the US, I know I'm giving some stick to the US, we had a female prime minister, Indira Gandhi. We also have an Indira Gandhi street in Warsaw. Our current president and one of the previous presidents is a woman. We've had a Muslim president as well. So India is just diverse. And last thing I would want to say, the Indian community in Poland. Guys, so far, we have great respect in Poland. Everyone who I speak to, they say Indians assimilate, they learn the language, they work hard, they pay their taxes, they don't cause any troubles. The only thing I would say to you is, if you're an Indian watching here, let's continue the respect. And the respect to Poland is believing in their traditions first and also respecting their way of life, not disturbing anybody. So if you want to celebrate Indian festivals, which we absolutely should, we should invite Polish people to celebrate our culture. But let's do it at home, let's do it at designated spots. Let's not be loud. And that's how we earn respect over here, and let's keep it that way.
Do you agree with these comparisons? Let us know which statement was the most surprising to you.
We want to make more videos diving into each nationality living in Poland. So let us know which country would you like us to focus on next in the comment section below.
And don't forget to subscribe to Aliens in Poland.